दर्शन दीजो आओ गुरुदेव, दर्शन दीजो तुम हो जगत के दाता, तुम हो जगत के दाता, तुम हो जगत के दाता, तुम हो जगत के दाता। जग की रखवाले करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया, जग की रखवाले करने वाले जगदम्बे मैया, महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली ओ जगदम्बे मैया, महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली ओ जगदम्बे मैया,
जग की रखवाली करने वाली जगदम्बे मैया, जग की रखवाली करने वाली जगदम्बे मैया।
तेरी दया से जीते हैं मैया, तेरी भरोसे चलती है नैया,
तेरी दया से जीते हैं मैया, तेरी भरोसे
चलती है नैया, घर घर है सुख से है दिवाली जगदम्बे मैया, घर घर है सुख से है दिवाली
जगदम्बे मैया, महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली ओ जगदम्बे मैया, जग की रखवाली करने वाली जगदम्बे मैया।
दुखी
जगदम्बे मैया महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली। ओ जगदम्बे मैया
जग की
रखवाली करने वाली जगदम्बे मैया।
चरणों में बैठे आशा लगाए, मिनती हमारी काली न जाए। चरणों में बैठे आशा लगाए, मिनती हमारी काली न जाए। ले लो ये आरती की थाली जगदम्बे मैया, ले लो ये आरती की थाली
जगदम्बे मैया महिमा तुम्हारी है निराली। ओ जगदम्बे मैया
जग
की
की
रखवाली करने वाली जगदम्बे मैया
महिमा तुम्हारी
है निराली। ओ जगदम्बे मैया
महिमा
तुम्हारी है निराली। ओ जगदम्बे मैया
महिमा तुम्हारी है
निराली। ओ जगदम्बे मैया।
बोले जगदम्बा माता की जय। आरती के लिए सब खड़े हो जाइए। ओम जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
जो ध्यावे फल पावे, दुख बिन से मन का।
स्वामी दुख बिन से मन का।
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे,
सुख
संपत्ति घर आवे।
कष्ट मिटे तन का।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
मात पिता तुम मेरे, शरण गहूँ किसकी।
स्वामी शरण गहूँ किसकी।
तुम बिन और न दूजा,
तुम बिना और न दूजा।
आश करो किसकी।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
तुम पूरन परमात्मा, तुम अंतर्यामी।
स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी।
पर ब्रह्म परमेश्वर,
पर ब्रह्म परमेश्वर।
तुम सबके स्वामी।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
तुम करुणा के सागर, तुम पालन करता।
स्वामी तुम पालन करता।
मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी,
मैं सेवक तुम स्वामी।
कृपा करो भरता।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
तुम हो एक गोचर, सबके प्राणपति। स्वामी
सबके
विधि मिलो दया में,
इस विधि मिलो दया में,
तुमको मैं कुमति।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम रक्षक मेरे,
स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे।
अपने हाथ उठाओ,
अपने हाथ उठाओ,
द्वार खड़ा तेरे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट, क्षण में दूर करे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा।
स्वामी पाप हरो देवा।
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ,
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ,
संतन की सेवा।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
जय जगदीश हरे, स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट, क्षण में दूर करे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
ओम
जय जगदीश हरे।
मंगलम भगवान विष्णु, मंगलम गरुड़ध्वजः, मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं, मंगलायतनो हरिः। साथी है मित्र गंग के जल बिंदु पान तक, अर्धांगिनी बढ़ेगी तो केवल मकान तक। परिवार के सब लोग चलेंगे स्मशान तक, बेटा भी हक निभाएगा तो अग्निदान तक। इससे तो आगे, इससे तो आगे भजन ही है साथी, हरि के भजन बिन अकेला रहेगा। इससे तो आगे भजन ही है साथी, हरि के भजन बिन अकेला रहेगा। इससे तो आगे
भजन ही है साथी, हरि के भजन बिन अकेला रहेगा। इससे तो आगे
जीवन ये 2 दिन का मेला रहेगा, कायम न जग का मेरा जमेला। जीवन ये 2 दिन का
मेला रहेगा, कायम
न जग का जमेला रहेगा। जीवन ये 2 दिन का मेला रहेगा, कायम न जग का जमेला रहेगा।
जीवन 2
सीताराम 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 कहिए सीताराम सीताराम
सीताराम कहिए
जाहि विधि राखे राम ताहि विधि रहिए सीताराम सीताराम
सीताराम कहिए
जाहि विधि राखे राम ताहि विधि रहिए सीताराम 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 कहिए जाहि विधि राखे राम ताहि विधि रहिए सीताराम सीताराम
सीताराम कहिए चाहे विधि राखे राम ताहि विधि रहिए
सीताराम 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 सीताराम. I take them by surprise. They didn't know what I was going to sing. We'll do salutations to Bhagavan Ganesh, salutations to Mother Saraswati, salutations to Guru. Whoever your Guru may be, at that time you concentrate on that Divine Master. Gajananam Bhutganadisevitam Kapitjambu Halsar Bhakshanam Umasutam Shokvinashakaranam Namami Vighaneshwar Pad Pankajam Yakundendu Tusharahardhamana Ya Shubhra Vastravrita Ya Veena Varadandamandit Kara Ya Shveta Padmasana Ya Brahmachyuta Shankar Prabhritibhi Devai Sadavandita Samam Patu Saraswati Bhagavati Samam Patu Saraswati Bhagavati Nishesh Jadyapaha Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Hari Om. मंगल भवन मंगलहारी द्रव उस दशरथ अजर बिहारी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
रघुकुल रीति सदा चली आए प्राण जाई बरु बचन न जाए।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
बिनु सत्संग विवेक न होई राम कृपा बिनु सुलभ न सोई।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
बरे भागवान नुषतन पावा सुर दुर्लभ सब ग्रंथन भिगावा।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय
राम जय जय राम।
हरि व्यापक सर्वत्र समाना प्रेमति प्रगत होई न जाना। श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
राम कथा के तेई अधिकारी जिनके सत्संग गति अति प्यारी।
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम
जय जय राम।
राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
बोलो राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
हरे राम 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 सीता राम राम राम।
श्यावर रामचंद्र की
जय।
Okay, if you're joining us tonight for the first time, we're seeing now our theme for this year for the Divali Nagar is Dharti Maataa. And last night we went into great lengths about so many words connected with. Now let me just. Dharti Maataa. And when I left it last night, I told you about one of the words, and we have to pick it up from there today. Just to do a little brief review of what we saw yesterday so that you can pick up the thread from what we've been talking. I mentioned that Sanatana Dharma, which is this religion we belong to, Sanatana Dharma is intrinsically an ecological religion for the sole reason that I am the universe and the universe is me. And nobody wants nobody neglects his own self. See, any little, on the edge of your nail here, little bit only grows out, and I don't know what you call it, cuticle something. A little thing, and then it rubs, or a hook somewhere on your clothes, it pains, and you don't like. Nobody likes, huh? Quickly you go and get something and you clip it. Because we identify with this body. It's me. But when we study the Upanishads and we realize, not only this is me, the whole universe is me. The one reality pervades everything in the universe. And so I'm intimately connected to every single thing in the universe. Not remotely connected. Intimately connected with everything. And when we realize that thing, but we will, just like I take care of this body and I'm so concerned about this body, I'll become concerned about everything. And therefore, in Sanatana Dharma, we don't have a movement for environmental protection. The environmental protection, the protection of the earth and all the resources and all of that, is intrinsic to the religion. It's a necessary part of the religion, not a movement within the religion. So this thing I spoke about last night, and from that standpoint, that part of myself which feeds me, that part of myself which sustains me, that part of myself which supports me and gives me everything, which manifests as me actually, the earth, is manifested as all of us. Dharti Maataa has manifested. I told you, we were born this little. How you became so big? Well, you ate pigeon peas from Dharti Maataa only. Baigan and aloo. You'll see just now when you go there and after 1 hour, 2 hours. You ate all those things. They came from Dharti Maataa. Dharti Maataa has manifested as all of us. So much. So, that where we left yesterday was this bhumi. Bhu, I told. Bhu, rooted in Sanskrit, means to become. Also, to be, to become. Bhu. And this earth is what has transformed into all of, in fact, this earth has transformed into this building. Has transformed into all of, where we got all the metal for making this? From the earth. This body has grown from the earth. All the buildings and trees and everything that you experience, all of it is born from earth only. So she has become. That's why she is called as bhumi. To become. You see? So, in this regard, in this bhumi regard, there is something called as bhumi suktam from the Atharva Veda. So today I might have time to touch on one of the mantra, maybe one or two tomorrow. There's a very wonderful mantra in the Bhumi Suktam. I just want to chant for you. And then we'll look at some of those words. But the intention of the Bhumi Suktam, first of all, is to really describe what is called in Bhagavad Gita as the unity in the diversity. First of all. To describe the unity in the diversity, the drift or the intention of the Bhumi Suktam. And what is meant by that is, though we see many, many things in the universe, all of us see so many things in the universe, really in the universe there is only one thing, there is one absolute reality which has the intrinsic, innate capacity to take on various names and forms. So it has taken on all the names and forms which we see, which we experience, which we perceive. So that reality is the underlying unity in the universe. And that reality has manifested as this diversity. So Bhagavan Shri Krishna talks about avibhaktam vibhakteshu vibhaktam iva cha sthitam. Iva means it appears as though divided. But I appear as though separate from you, unconnected to you. But there is only an appearance. An appearance is not a real thing. When you're driving down this highway here, on a hot day, and you look in the distance, you see water on the highway, a mirage. And when you get there, there's no water. There's an appearance. It's called abhasa roop, it is called in Sanskrit. So that appearance is not a real thing. The appearance Your perception that I am separate from you, unconnected to you, and all of that, that is only an appearance, not real. I'm really connected to you, you're really connected to me, whether you like it or not. You may not like to be connected to me, but you are what to do. So, in the apparent diversity which you see here, there is an underlying unity which makes us all intimately connected. Not only you and I, but every distant star also. We are connected in one unending, limitless string of existence across the universe in every direction. Infinitely it goes on, like that. So this is avivaktam vivakteshu. Now see, the Bhumi Suktam is really given by the Rishi to demonstrate this thing, or to highlight this main point, that there is a unity in the diversity. That is the principal intention of it. Now, what is this mantra? I'll tell you. Satyam Brihat Ritam Ugram Diksha Tapaha Brahma Yajña Prithivim Dharayanti Sano Bhutasya Bhavasya Patni Urum Lokam Prithivi Nakrinotu. This is the first mantra of the Bhumi Suktam. And I'll now see all the words. We'll see all the words one by one. And we'll deliberate a little bit on it. Because, look here, I want to tell you something. The word Veda. Veda means knowledge. Veda means knowledge. And this comes from the Vedas. And when we talk about knowledge, we talk about not any ordinary knowledge and not any superficial knowledge. It is really fundamental knowledge. So, let us see the words. Then you will see how I never cease to be amazed at the intellectual depth and profundity of our rishis. It never ceases to amaze me. The first word is satyam, I tell you. Satya means truth. Then brihat. Brihat means big. So big truth. So you mean there's a little truth also? But the next word is ritam. Ritam is also a big word that comes in the Vedas. Ritam also means truth. And the word which follows ritam is ugram. Ugram means formidable. That which is compulsory, which you may want to transgress, but you can't. Like that. Formidable. Then the next word is diksha. Diksha means initiation, consecration, like that. Then tapaha. Tapaha means austerities. We'll come back to all of these words. I'm just telling you the literal meaning right now. Brahma. Brahma means the absolute reality behind the universe. Yajña. Yajña means sacrifice. And Prithivim, the earth. Mother Earth. Prithivim. Dharayanti. Holds. All of these hold. Support. Now let me come back to the words. But before we come back to the words, just you all do a little chant before we come to these words. Wonderful words of the Vedas. Hare Rama, Rama, Ram, Sita, Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Rama, Rama, Ram, Sita, Ram, Ram, Ram. Hare Rama, Rama, Ram, Sita, Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama, Ram, Sita, Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama, Ram, Sita, Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama, Ram, Sita, Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama, Ram, Sita, Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama, Ram, Sita, Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama, Ram, Sita, Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama, Ram, Sita, Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama, Ram, Sita, Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare Rama, Rama, Ram, Sita, Ram, Ram, Ram.
Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Sita Rama, Rama Rama.
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 Hare Ramachandra ki
Jai.
Okay, now Brihat Satyam and Ritam Ugram. Let me tell you these two words first and then we'll see after that. Huh? So Brihat Satyam means the big truth, the great truth. And Ritam means also truth. So what we say one is the absolute truth, unchanging truth. And the other is a dynamic truth. This is just to start with. Dynamic truth is Ritam. Satyam, unchanging truth. So last night I described to you how the whole universe is made up of existence. So let us just go back to that a little bit. The whole universe is made up of existence. That existence in Sanskrit is called as Sat. It is the one thing from which the whole universe is fashioned. Sat. And you may jump high or jump low, or you may think this or think that, but whatever you do, you cannot escape Sat. You cannot escape existence. Suppose I say, I doubt my existence, whether I exist or not. I may just be a figment. Let us just say, I doubt whether I exist or not. One fellow went to a professor and he said, Professor, tell me, how do I know that I exist? The professor said, who may I ask is asking? In other words, for me to doubt my existence, first I have to exist, correct? Otherwise, who will doubt? So I cannot escape existence, actually. And in this universe, there is nothing but existence. And what we mean, I'll tell you now. Let us go back to our example of the pot and the potter, the pot and the potter shop that we saw last night, right? So when you go to the shop and there's a little clay pot, you go to buy kalsa. What do you call kalsa? Kalash or kalsa? Both. Okay. So you go to buy kalsa. So do you go and ask the shopkeeper there, I come to buy some mud? You don't go and ask, no. You say, I came to buy a kalsa. Right. So you are actually referring to the object by its nama rupa. You're asking kalsa. But at the fundamental level, the object is made from what? The object is made from mud only. So when you touch it now, when you hold the kalsa, you're touching kalsa or you're touching mud? Stick with the Vedanta a little bit. Huh? You're touching kalsa, you're touching mud. Actually, I'll just tell you, go one step further and then we'll move on. Here, actually you are touching mud. You could never touch kalsa. Because kalsa is nama roop, that is superimposed on mud. And a superimposition is always unreal. A superimposition has no existence whatsoever. It's an appearance. It's called as mithya in Sanskrit. And let me just show you how. So you say, here I have the kalsa. There are three things. It is called kalsa, that is a name, that is the first thing. It is called, it has a shape, which is shaped like a kalsa, right? It is called form. It's just not a clump of mud. There's a form. So there's a form and there's a nama, rupa, name and form. And there's also clay. So there are three things. So I hold it in my hand. There are three things here. Nama, rupa and clay. So then from these three things, I'm just going to remove only clay. I take one molecule of clay and I put it on this side. And I keep on taking clay. I'm not removing three. I'm removing only one. So I keep putting clay on this side from that. When I'm finished removing all the clay, what will be left here? Nothing. If Nama Rupa had any independent, real existence, Nama Rupa should have remained because there were three things. And I only removed one thing. Name and form and clay. In the very same way, if we remove existence from this universe, nothing remains in the universe. Absolutely nothing. That existence is called Brihat Satyam. That existence is the one unchanging reality that is there behind this universe. That no matter what we do, that cannot be rid of. Any nama roop can go or come. But existence cannot go or come. It's an unchanging truth. Brihat Satyam. Then, the other one is called as Ritam Ugram. Formidable truth. Dynamic truth. Truth which is changing. So there's a truth which changes also. But you may not have thought about it, but you have to give it some thought. Truth which changes. And now I'll just show you. What is the color of blood? But blood is red. If you ask anybody, ask a child. Beta, खून का रंग क्या है? What is the color of blood? His blood is red. Even a child knows. So he's telling truth or not? He's telling truth. It's red. But now, if you take the blood and you put it under a microscope, then it doesn't look red anymore. It looks a different color. Science tells. I have not seen, but I have read. So they say it looks yellow. So now, truth has shifted. The boy was telling truth. So truth is subject to perspective at an ordinary level of living. It is subject to perspective. That dynamic truth is called as Ritam in the Upanishads, in the Vedas. Because you cannot say that the boy was not telling the truth. If anybody asks you also. But this thing is solid, na? This thing is solid. But when you ask a nuclear physicist or quantum physicist or whatever, he tells that this thing is 99.99% space. So how can space be solid? Because when you go into it, it is made up mostly of space. So from a different perspective, from his perspective, the scientist's perspective, it is not solid. It is all space. So if I ask you, is it solid? You say yes, but you're talking the truth. And if you ask the physicist, is it solid? He said, no, it is all space. He's also telling the truth. That is called a dynamic truth. And do you know, we are all only living in a world with a dynamic truth only. The absolute truth nobody experiences or knows. And that is why the rishis have always been so tolerant and accommodating and embracing of everybody. We'll see there's another mantra coming up in the same Bhumi Suktam. Now, this static truth and its dynamic truth, both the truth is this Dharti Maataa. This is what this Suktam is telling. And not only Dharti Maataa, everything that we experience, because everything, of course, is emerged from Dharti Maataa. So the static truth is also Dharti Maataa, and the dynamic truth is also Dharti Maataa. But the next word which follows, well, of course, two adjectives are following the two truth words. One is called Brihat. So that I explained just now, I didn't just tell that. Brihat means huge, big, infinite. So the static truth or the existence, pure existence, is infinite. There's no way you cannot come out of existence. No matter how far out of the universe you go. Somebody said, no. In science now they say that the universe is expanding. This is a very jokey thing. Eh? The universe is expanding. So then I asked, so it is expanding, going out where? So even if you say it is going out, there's a vacuum there, and it is going to, the vacuum exist or not? The vacuum has to exist. Long ago in the ashram, we used to have a bus. It's a real thing. I used to drive also. So we used to sit down in the evening and go satsang here, there, everywhere. So I remember one day we went to Debe, some satsang, Yajña. So I came back after the satsang and I sat in this driver's seat and I looked back. Is everybody here? I asked. All those who are missing, raise your hand. Some hands went up also. Anyway, you see, this all is tied to this thing about the inescapable existence. Huh? No matter what you do, no matter what they tell about this universe is expanding, it has to be expanding somewhere into something. Even if you call it a vacuum, even if you call it a nothingness, you have to first conceptualize the thing in your head before you talk about it, isn't it? It has to exist in some form, whether in a conceptual form or real form. But anyway, Brihat is infinite, and so the first truth that existence is infinite. Now the next adjective that comes with this ritam is Ugram. Ugram is compulsory, formidable truth. It means the truth which you know here. I told you, even though it is a dynamic truth, it is for the human being, for the jiva, for one who is born from Dharti. That person cannot but follow that thing. We have no choice in the matter. Like I'll give you a simple example. Now see, we are born young and grow old. That's truth? Born young and grow old. This is the truth. Right? Of course, it's a dynamic truth. If you change perspective and all, Allah will change. But can anybody break it? You can't. You're born with a walker. And after a little while, you start to get back your teeth and things. And you start going the other way. Your hair come back and they turn black also. Your wrinkles start going away. You're getting ready to go back to school and things. You're getting ready to go back to the hospital. Is it possible? It cannot happen, isn't it? That is what you say, Ugram Ritam. Means whatever rule, whatever truth, whatever governs the universe, whatever is here, though it is dynamic, though from another perspective it doesn't exist at all, but it is inescapable. Nobody could do anything about it. Means we are subject to it. We found ourselves in it. And that goes for all the rules, countless, infinite in number, which is there, which governs the earth. Like, for example, right now, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. It is truth. Of course, subject to perspective, but you can't do anything about it. So it is called as Ugram Ritam. And the problem with jivas on the earth, on Dharti Maataa, is the jiva is always striving to transgress, to infringe, to break this Ugra Ritam. And this is where the jiva gets into trouble. Yeah, he gets in. No, I'm fine. He gets himself into trouble all the time. There are rules, there are things that are happening in the world, and he wants to always transgress these rules. That is his problem. Diksha. The next word is Diksha. Diksha means initiation. So the jiva is born on Dharti Maataa, and the jiva is subject. He doesn't make them. He's subject to the rules of Dharti Maataa, and that is why he's born young. You see, from young he's groomed. He's initiated. The jiva is initiated into all the rules slowly, slowly. When you're a little child, you touch the tawa. Then you realize, no boy, this thing burns. Next time I'm not going to touch. Or, I don't know how many of you remember in the old days when they put the child on the bed and go to do something, they used to put the clothes box next to the bed. Remember that? Put the clothes box next to the bed so that when the child rolls over, he'll fall in the clothes box. So from that age, we know that if you fall down, you will get hurt. You'll get pain. So slowly, Dharti Maataa initiates us into all of the rules, one by one. She gives us Diksha. You know, what's the difference between a man falling from the bed and a man falling from a coconut tree? You never thought about it? The man falling from the bed is dhap. Ah. I mean, he fall down and then go, ah. And the man falling from the coconut tree, ah, dhap. You never thought about it, huh? But anyway, there's a rule there, and the Dharti Maataa teaches us very nicely, and that's why we are born, like a little baby. So from that time we could learn, if I fall from the bed, I will get hurt. And so she teaches us very nicely, initiates us into all the little rules and all things. And the one who... Now see, if the guru is initiating you into a mantra and telling you, chant after me, beta. Mere piche gaiye. Tell. Now guru is telling something in the air and you are listening to something else. But then you will get yourself in. You will not be initiated properly after you finish. People do that in satsang also. In satsang also, you sit down and then the mind gone. And then the Swami tells a joke and then everybody laughs. Then the mind come back. Then he has this, is the way he say? So human beings are known for that. They call it the tamasic aspect, just working on the mind. So what happens? The guru is giving some mantra and the mind is gone. The initiation will not take place properly. In the very same way, the Dharti Maataa teaches every single little rule about proper living and proper conduct and all the rules and laws, but nobody pays attention. And we always want to outdo the Prakriti, outdo Dharti Maataa, outdo the world. Like I told, the Dharti Maataa made for us to drink. What is that? When we came into this world, when civilization came up, to drink what was there? Pani. So we thought, Dharti Maataa did not do this thing properly, Pani, what is this? Plain water. If you go to somebody's house and they give you plain water. So what we did, we add little sugar. Then you add a little coloring, a little flavor, a little gas. A little gas. Fizzle, we like. So we add a few things there and some addictive elements and all that kind of thing. Add it, and then when we I say, wow. See, Dharti Maataa did not do a good job. Now we did a fantastic job, So she has made all the rules and she have them there, set vritam, which we are supposed to. Actually, vritam also means the moral rules and all morality is connected to all of this. So anyway, she made the rules and we don't listen, we're not good students. When the diksha is being given, we don't listen and then we do other things and then there are consequences. So you have a whole, in the United States, they spend 75 billion US dollars, $75 billion every year to lose weight. The industry is that size. And if you put the budget of the whole Caribbean together, it doesn't reach 75 billion US dollars. They just spend that to lose weight. And that is because the initiation done by Dharti Maataa, nobody was paying attention. We don't pay attention. We are very bad students. So Diksha, Tapaha is the next word. And before I tell you Tapa, spend a couple moments and chant it. Jai Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol. 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 Hari Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol.
Jai 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 Jai Radha Raman Hari Bol.
Some tune is coming in my head. Okay. So, I was telling that the tapaha, next word, we're supposed to see now. Diksha, tapa. Tapa is the next word in the line. Tapa means austerities. Actually, anything we do, any effort we make for anything in this world, that thing is called as tapa, because of this reason, I'll tell you. Tapa word comes from Sanskrit, means to burn. Tap. Tap means to burn. Burn means what? Not burn only with fire only like that. It means that also. But anything that I am doing which I don't want to do. For example, when you have to study, see children, you always have to tell, okay, now, well, I don't know about you, but they have to tell me. Now we have to study. And we like to go and play only, as children. So anytime I have to subject myself to something which I do not like, I do not want, I don't want to engage in, though it is good for me, I have to subject myself to it. That thing is called as tapas. Otherwise, we use very strange, vague words and austerities. We translate. But what exactly is austerities? So it is this thing. So the doctor gives you some medicine and you don't want to take. But what do? You have to take it. Otherwise, and human beings come up with all kind of things, I tell you. If the doctor gives one bottle of pills and he tells you, this should last you 2 weeks. You cannot go and take all in one day for the 2 weeks. One doctor told that fellow, you are only restricted to 1 meal per day. You're restricted to 1 meal per day. He called the doctor after 3 days. He said, Doc, I already eat for 2 weeks. What to do now? So, when he has given some thing that we don't like, we have to do it. You see, now to restrict yourself to 1 meal per day is tapas. Because I want to eat all the time, but I have to subject myself to a discipline which I do not want, I do not like. It's like a red rag to a bull. I don't want it. So anytime we make any effort and subject ourselves to something which we don't like, but Trinidadians know that the best, especially people who live in South and have to drive to Port of Spain every day. Isn't it? Mahatapas. on this highway here. You have to subject yourself to it because what? What you'll do? So now, this word is used to describe Dharti Maataa. Tapa. Meaning to say, Dharti Maataa goes through everything, all hardships. For who? She's spinning and staying in orbit and all the time refreshing because of her constitution, the way she's made up, everything is all the time being refreshed and she's continuously working, a living organism. I told you last night about an organism. Living organism, so that all her children, all the krityas, all the jivas will all be sustained properly. Everything in Dharti Maataa is cyclical. And that whole process is going on while we sleep also. What tapas she's doing. And people say, and it will come again perhaps tomorrow. People say that we are polluting the earth. This is dynamic truth. We are polluting the earth. But I'll tell you, if you really look at that statement, we are polluting the earth and we'll kill ourselves and we'll be washed away, and all what you call as pollution will again circulate in the earth and everything will become nice and clean. So from a bigger standpoint, we really cannot pollute the earth. The only thing we can do is destroy ourselves. Earth will be refreshed nicely after many, many millions of years. Nicely. The only thing we can do is really destroy ourselves. Because the Mother Earth is doing all the tapas to sustain us, and we don't like tapas. Human beings don't like tapas. We like everything easy. We are so given to tamas. We don't like tapas. We like tamas. We are given to everything so easy. We like everything so easy. We should do nothing. See, I should get rich, but I shouldn't work. I should get the degree, but I shouldn't study. I should get healthy, but I shouldn't eat healthy food. I eat any junk food, but stay healthy. How is it? He doesn't like, tapas to a human being is like a red rag to a bull, I told you. He doesn't like. So while Dharti Maataa is doing the tapas to sustain all of us and rejuvenating herself all the time, renewing herself and refreshing herself and all that to sustain all the creatures and sustain all the jivas, we don't like tapas. But one hand cannot clap. We need two hands. So therefore, we are just destroying ourselves, and Dharti Maataa will refresh. She will rejuvenate. No problem. So this tapas is, though we are describing Dharti Maataa, she is doing tapas, sacrificing for all of us. See, sacrificing means what? When you have to, you're in a state of rest. Now somebody tells, go and study. So you have to depart from your state of rest. Go and study. And subject yourself to a hardship which hitherto you were not, you were just sitting there, subjected to, So Dharti Maataa has to depart from her state to sustain all of us. In other words, she has to now leave her original condition to manifest as you, to manifest as you, to manifest as me, manifest as all these buildings, concrete jungle. She has to sacrifice her own original natural state to manifest as cities, manifest as bombs and armies. This is tapas. Giving up the natural state. And it is just because that we have the freedom, and she has bestowed freedom on us to do it. And so we use the freedom to outdo ourselves. The tapas thing is a very big thing actually. So we have to be prepared to do tapas, to go through hardship, but we don't like. We like everything very easy. Brahma, she's called as the absolute reality, Brahma. Let me just tell you this word. There's few words that many people get confused with them. So there are 3 words which you hear all the time. Please don't get mixed up with them. One word is called, here it is written here, Brahma. Other word is called Brahman. And the last word is called Brahma. So many people get confused with these 3 words, so I'll just tell you. The easiest one is Brahma. Brahma, we'll just eliminate that first. So Brahmaji is Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh from the trio, Brahma. So now the next 2 words, Brahma and Brahman. So In Sanskrit, we have words which we call as substantive words. So Brahman is a substantive word, and that substantive word will have 24 forms. Each noun will have 24 forms in Sanskrit. So Brahman is a substantive word, and it refers to the absolute reality. And that Brahman has, that word has 24 forms. So the first form of that Brahman word is called as Brahma. Not Brahma, Brahma ends with long R. It's Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. That's different. Brahma. So here, Brahma, the first form of Brahman. And the Dharti Maataa is described as Brahman. Now see, and also the same as I was telling you before, the absolute truth or the static truth that doesn't change. The Brihat Satyam, which we saw in the beginning. Brihat Satyam and this Brahma is one and same. So now see, Mother Earth is not any ordinary being. Mother Earth is told in this is Vedic mantra. It is told that she is the absolute reality, herself. In other words, it's taking our mind to such a level of reverence that we consider this earth to be the absolute reality. It is from the earth that all of us are manifesting, and the earth itself is a manifestation of the absolute reality. Like that. Brahma. Yajña. The next word, sacrifice. So, the tradition talks about sacrifice, and I want to just tell you how important this sacrifice word is in Sanatana Dharma. In sacrifice, there are three things. It is called as three sutri of sacrifice. Three things that are essential in sacrifice. Yajña, what we call as yajña, right? Sacrifice. Three things are essential. One is called as dravya. Dravya means all the material, all the things that we offer. Then devata. Devata means the being to whom we offer. And last in yajña is called as tyag. Three sutri of yajña is called dravya, devata, and tyag. These three things. Now, if you notice in the three, for the yajña to happen, these three must be there. The devata to whom we are offering, the dravya or the things which are offered, and lastly, tyag, renunciation. Nowhere in that three sutri of yajña is mentioned the shrota or the yajñakar, or the what we call as the person who is doing the three sutri is not mentioned. The reason is the most important element of yajña is tyag. And if there is a person, say I'm sitting here and I'm doing a yajña, so I'm offering things into the Agni Dev, right? I'm offering things like this to Agni. What is important in that offering is the last part of the mantra. Idam agnaye, idam namama, idam indraya, idam namama. That last part, idam namama, it is not mine. That last part is telling it belongs to Indra. It belongs to Agni. It doesn't belong to me. And that is the important. If I offer, and I'm thinking, actually we do this all the time. Somebody came and gave me a pair of shoes. After 2 months, they asked, Swamiji, what do you do with the shoes? In other words, but if you give it, right, then you should not care about what they did with it, isn't it? Once you give, you give. That tyag element is very, very important. That is the most essential element in yajña. Please pay attention to this. And actually he said, Idan na mama, this is not mine, it actually belongs to Indra. It actually belongs to Agni. That is a recognition that really, and Yajna is supposed to teach this to me, that really I don't own anything in this world. And through this activity, I'm saying this mantra and I'm internalizing this truth. Really, I don't own anything. I told you yesterday, we don't even own this body. This body we don't own. The baigan tree and the bora vine and the pumpkin vine, they have more claim to your body than you. We don't own anything. So when I do the yajna, I practice this, I internalize what? It doesn't belong to me. I'm offering it back to. So in the Trisutri, the dravya, which is the thing offered, then the devata, of course, the supreme reality of whoever you're offering to. But that tyag element is the most important thing. So this Dharti Maataa gives with this bhav to us. She gives with this bhav. What? Take freely. In Dharti Maataa stops nobody. You can go and drill for oil and go wherever, and whatever depth in the earth you want and take whatever you want. She stops. No, in one of the other mantras, later on, she's described as asambandhaya. Asambandhanam. Asambandhanam means she has no fetters on any one of us. We have freedom. She gives to all her progeny. Drill and take and do whatever you want. The only thing is that we don't follow the rules and then we destroy our selves. But she is performing true yajna by giving selflessly and expecting nothing in return. That is the idea. Yajna. She's also called as Prithivi. See, because in the mantra she's called, what I chanted for you, Prithivim. Prithivi. Prathanat Prithivi. Prathanat Prithivi means she's all the time. Prathanat means because she unfolds, she projects, she manifests. She's called as Prithivi. That is the meaning of the word. Prathanat Prithivi. Prathanat means all the time manifesting, unfolding, all the time taking on new forms, projecting, also celebrating. She's all the time celebrating. She's always in a celebratory mood. You may have your ups and downs, but Mother Earth is celebrating. See, if a newborn baby comes into the world, she celebrates. If a person dies and goes back, she again celebrates. Actually, really, in this world, there is nothing else other than to celebrate. Some Mahatma told me once, he said, you always remain happy. You smile all the time. Even if the sky falls down, you smile. I said, but Mahatma Ji, the sky falls down. There's a grave thing, you know. He said, if it falls down, can you put it back up? If the sky falls down, can you put it back up? And don't worry about anything in the world. You just remain happy and smile. That doesn't mean to say that you shirk from your duty and whatever you have to do, but you can do it smilingly. You really just be like Dharti Maataa, celebratory all the time. Somebody is born, celebration. Somebody dies, celebration. See? माटी कहे कुम्हार से तू क्या रोंधे मोहे एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मैं रूंधूंगी तो है एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मैं रूंधूंगी तो है माटी कहे कुम्हार से
तू क्या रोने मोए
एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मैं रूंधूंगी तो है एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मैं रूंधूंगी तो है एक दिन ऐसा आएगा मैं रूंधूंगी तो the mati, the earth, the clay, is telling to the pot maker, hey, you're rounding me now. You're needing me. Don't worry. Just one of these days, you will come under. Don't worry, one of these days you will come under. I'll round you. I'll need you. So the idea is, if somebody comes also, she's waiting. We'll come under, na? All the time in a celebratory mood. No, don't worry. We must be thinking. We've come up with memes also, People are drilling. I saw a meme recently. They're drilling for oil. And Mother Earth is smiling and she's saying, stop it, it's tickling. It's ticklish. Celebrating. You're not doing anything to Mother Earth. You're doing something only to yourself. She takes it in jest. It's tickling. Stop it. Like that. So, prathanat prithvi, unfulfilling, projecting, celebrating like that. And if one word actually carries so much of meaning. So she is there and she has herself manifested as all the skyscrapers and manifested as all the cities and all things that we have seen. So first there was what you call the first part of Prakriti, the natural manifestation, when we were not there, human beings, right? So then after that, is first part. In the first part, what is there? Of course, rivers and mountains and all the different things. And that also she goes on changing. Projecting is not something that happens and stops. Projecting means a constant projection. So you ask people who have, what we call them, geologists and all, they will tell that Himalayas was one time oceans. So what was oceans has now become mountains. So she's all the time manifesting and projecting herself in different ways. You are just living in a 80, 90 years small snapshot, so you think that whatever is in front of you is unchanging, but the Prakriti, Dharti Maataa has changed many times. India used to be where Australia is, they say. So she's all the time projecting and, creating and manifesting in various ways. So they call Prithvi. Prathanat is the Sanskrit word. From that word. Prathana, to manifest, to project, to also, I told you, to celebrate. So, she's all the time like that, in that changing mood. And then when we came now, the human beings, well then, different projections, because through us, she is projected now and manifested as all of these concrete jungle, we call them. A different level of projection. All from earth only. She's gone up into the sky in so many ways. Dharayanti, and she holds. I told last night, I explained this word already. From Dhri. Dharayanti, this comes in the mantra tonight. In the second line, she is Patni of Bhuta and Bhavya. Bhutasya and Bhavasya. She is Patni, wife of past and future. And present, she's wife of all of us. That is missing. But wife means what? The earth, Mother Earth, is the one who carries the history of all beings. And whatever is going to manifest in the future also, the future of all beings, she's already carrying it. She carries the history of all. See, I heard that when indentures came, this whole area in central here used to be flooded, and they drained it nicely and made all this place livable and all. So she's carrying the signature, the stamp of indentures. Like all what they did, and all the transformation they did and all that kind of thing. She's carrying it. She's married to it, actually, tied to it. That is the idea, Patni. And the Patni word also comes from Sanskrit, pa. Palaka, pata, one who protects. So she protects all of us from so many things. You just think, that how I told last night, we would have just flown out into outer space, but she has a strong gravitational force like pulling and keeping us grounded. We were just flown out. Uru, wide and expansive she is. Krinotu, wide and expansive. And Krinotu means karotu. This Vedic Sanskrit for karotu. May she be like that, wide and expansive to accommodate all of us. Mrigvadi, Mrigvari, she is also called. Vimrigvari. Vimrigvari means, this is the word I was looking for. Vimrij. Mrij in Sanskrit means to cleanse. It also means to erase, to wipe out. So she's called as Vimrigvari, meaning the one who cleanses. So I told you she will naturally rejuvenate, naturally become clean again, naturally again become unpolluted, no matter how much we pollute. And cleanse also, she will cleanse herself of us. Because we are the menace right now. The human beings are the menace. She'll cleanse herself of us. We'll all be washed away. Because see, if she has this natural, built-in, innate, intrinsic, what we call it, built-in ability to cleanse herself, and I am the impurity, well, she'll wash me away. We'll all be eradicated. So, that is because she has this built-in ability to cleanse, to rejuvenate. All of that is included. Asambadham, this is the word. Asambadham bhattyato manava nam. She extends to all of us limitless, unimpeded freedom to do whatever we want. This thing can be used. The reason why this is given, of course, and given to only the human beings. You see, the dog cannot decide tomorrow, I'm going to the moon. The dog cannot decide tomorrow, I'm going to the moon. He doesn't have the freedom. And one fellow was saying, everybody going to the moon, moon, moon. What is this thing? I'll go to the sun. So that other man said, hey, you stupid fellow, how you will go to the sun? You will be burnt to ashes. You can't go to the sun. He said, no, you think I'm stupid. I'll go in the night when this is cool. But human beings have all the freedom to do whatever they want. You can sit in a little whatever, solar-powered spacecraft, and you could go to Mars if you want. If you plan it well. Anyway, But the animal kingdom doesn't have this freedom. So, therefore, in the mantra, this is mantra number 2, Manavanam. Manavanam means this freedom is given to human beings only. So now, in the scriptures, this freedom. Freedom is to be used for mukti. If this freedom were not there, mukti also would have meant nothing. For mukti, freedom is required. You have to have, this is a big question in Sanatana Dharma. Is everything preordained? Is it all called prarabdha? Or do we have purushartham and freedom of action? People ask this question all the time. You say, and we come up with nice big statements also. What is that? No, Bhagwan is in control of everything, Not me. You say Bhagwan. But the moment somebody take your money, suddenly the money is yours. Yeah. That is all big statements only. Really, all of us have freedom of action, and that is what we feel, that is what we think, that is how we act all the time. Sometimes in between we make some statements, no, it is all in Bhagwan's hand, it's not me. But really we all have freedom of action. And don't see the whole thing about Bhagwan preordains everything. That is from Bhagwan's standpoint, but we are not standing in Bhagwan's shoes. We are standing in our own shoes. Like for example, were you made to come here tonight, or did you come here by your own free will? You have to tell what you feel, not what you read somewhere. What you feel. You came here by your own free will or not? We came here by our own free will. So, the mantra tells, Dharti Maataa has given all of us freedom. That is why the scriptures have absolute freedom to do whatever you want. That is why the jiva could also take his own life. That shows the extent of freedom. Manavanam. Unimpeded freedom. Then, Janam vibhrati bahudha vivachasam. It means she manifests in so many ways, in so many communities, in so many different languages. She manifests or bears people who speak all different languages. Again, seeing the diversity in which she manifests. Means people speak all, the Sukta is telling that people speak all various type of languages on this Mother Earth. She has manifested as here people speaking Tamil. She has manifested as there people speaking English. She has manifested as there people speaking Hindi. She has manifested as all different types of people speaking all various types of languages everywhere. That is the idea. And the next one is also Nana Dharmanam Prithivi Yatha Okasam. This is a very wonderful thing. She has manifested as so many various types of dharma also. Customs and religions and practices and all of that sort of thing. Now see, do you remember the Vedas are the oldest scriptures on the earth? And in the Vedas, it is already said that she has manifested as many types of dharma, many types of religious practices. It means even in the ancient times, they would all, and that is why we say, we had Sankhya, Vaisheshika, we had yoga, we had so many various types of religious practices and all. And this has always been there on the earth. Not that it is made at some time. She has manifested as all of them, different types of dharma. And the idea is, if she has manifested as all of them, so why you want to eliminate some of them? Please pay attention to this. She has manifested as beings, bearing and speaking different languages. She has manifested as beings, practicing different religions. And this is her manifestation. You didn't make it. I didn't make it. Therefore, we have to, and that's why I was telling you, see, we see all the things and we don't, accept, we don't understand, we don't recognize we want to make it in the way we think it should be. But she has manifested as all the different dharma, and insofar as Sanatana Dharma is concerned, it has always taught this thing. What is that? That we realize that Dharti Maataa has manifested as this religion, this group, this civilization, that civilization, or this race or that race. We recognize that. And therefore, every group has a natural right to existence, natural right to continuance and perpetuation. But that does not mean that if my right to existence is threatened, my right to perpetuation is threatened, that I'll not do something. In fact, to preserve the natural state of Dharti Maataa, it becomes my duty to do something. That if one manifestation of Dharti Maataa is threatened, that it becomes my duty to make sure that it is protected. It is on this basis that Bhagavan is telling to Arjuna, you have to fight for dharma. Because these adharmis, they will wipe out dharma. And people say all sorts of things that we teach, violence and all of these sort of things. This is all superficial talk only. We are talking about a natural state of affairs that has obtained on the earth forever. A natural state of affairs. And the Dharti Maataa manifesting us all the variety, that is natural, is always there. And so, when I stand up to protect that natural state of affairs and natural diversity and all of that, how is it promoting violence? If violence is the means for protecting that natural state of Dharti Maataa, well, that is just one of the means at that point in time. There are other means also. We are not in any promoting violence or any such thing. Please understand that. We are understanding that there is a diverse earth, Mother Earth, who has manifested all various types of beings, and all beings have a natural right, inalienable right to exist, coexist, and let others exist. And if we want to preserve that order, then we have to resort to many things, whatever it is. Okay, so she has manifested as all types of beings, speaking all different types of languages, and manifested as all types of beings, practicing all different types of religions. This is mantra 45, way down. And we celebrate that as Sanatanis. We celebrate that, and we protect it, preserve it, try to perpetuate it, and in other words, protect Mother Earth in her pristine form. This is what she has done, and we're protecting it in that way only. Okay? All right. So we'll see more of this. It's a very long suktam. We'll see more of this suktam tomorrow. Okay. Let me just tell a few quick announcements. Then we'll have the Havan, and then we'll have Arti. Okay? On Sunday, which is this Sunday, at the ashram, we're having a huge Diwali day, Diwali dosa day. Dosa. I don't know if you know what is a dosa, but dosa is a nice alternative to a roti. It is made from rice and urdi dal. You have to grind the two of them and ferment them overnight, and next day you spread it out on a tawa like this, like roti shape, and you get a nice dosa. I know why it's called dosa, because when you throw it on the tawa, like this liquid thing you throw on the tawa, you hear sa. And then when you turn it around, there's sa, so dosa. Inside that dosa, we put nice masala and different things, paneer and so on. You come and try it. It's the most wonderful and healthy. It is just like how we have in Trinidad, how we sell doubles in this country. Well, in India, dosa is sold in millions and millions, hundreds of millions every day. And another very popular street food on Sunday, regarding dosa, 11 varieties of dosa we'll have. 11 varieties. One is called as gunpowder dosa also. They're very strange types of dosa. One is called burrito dosa. And the other street food which we are having on Sunday is called pav bhaji. Pav bhaji is, bhaji means vegetable, cooked up vegetables. In Trinidad, bhaji has become spinach. Bhaji actually means vegetable. So anyway, it goes with 2 dinner rolls, buns, toasted with butter and all that kind of thing. And it's very spicy and nice. Come out and try it. On Sunday, this Sunday. Divali Utsav at our Chinmay Vidyalaya High School is on 9th of November. You're invited. Of course, Divali Nagar will be going on here as well. And registration is going on for all our schools at different places. On the 30th of December, we have the Chinmay Mission banquet dinner, which I know many of you have come before. Tickets are already out and available. All right. We'll have now the Havan. Purna, not yet. Okay.
चंदन है इस देश की माटी, तपोभूमि हर ग्राम है, हर बाला देवी की प्रतिमा, बच्चा बच्चा राम है, चंदन बच्चा राम है। चंदन है इस देश की माटी, तपोभूमि हर ग्राम है, हर बाला देवी की प्रतिमा, बच्चा बच्चा राम है, बच्चा बच्चा राम है। हर शरीर मंदिर सा पावन, हर मानव उपकारी है, जहाँ सिंह बन गए खिलौने, गाया जहाँ माँ प्यारी है, जहाँ सवेरा शंख बजाता, लोरी गाती शाम है, हर बाला देवी की प्रतिमा, बच्चा बच्चा राम है, बच्चा बच्चा राम है। चंदन है इस देश की माटी, तपोभूमि हर ग्राम है, हर बाला देवी की प्रतिमा, बच्चा बच्चा राम है, बच्चा बच्चा राम है। जहाँ कर्म से भाग्य बदलता, श्रम निष्ठा कल्याणी है, त्याग और तप की गाथा है, गीता कवि की वाणी है, ज्ञान जहाँ की गंगा जलसा, ज्ञान जहाँ की गंगा जलसा, निर्मल है अभिराम है, हर बाला देवी की प्रतिमा, बच्चा बच्चा राम है, बच्चा बच्चा राम है। चंदन है इस देश की माटी, तपोभूमि हर ग्राम है, हर बाला देवी की प्रतिमा, बच्चा बच्चा राम है, बच्चा बच्चा राम है। जिसके सैनिक समर भूमि में गाया करते गीता है, जहाँ खेत में हल के नीचे खेला करती सीता बसा है। जीवन का आदर्श जहाँ पर परमेश्वर का धाम है। हर माला देवी की प्रतिमा बच्चा बच्चा राम है। बच्चा बच्चा राम है। चंदन है इस देश की माटी, तपोभूमि हर ग्राम है। हर बाला देवी की प्रतिमा बच्चा बच्चा राम है। बच्चा बच्चा राम है। बच्चा बच्चा राम है। बच्चा बच्चा राम है।
ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। सर्वं वै पूर्णं स्वाहा। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे। जय जगदीश
हरे। स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
जो ध्यावे फल पावे दुख बिन से मन का। स्वामी
दुख बिन से मन का।
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे।
सुख संपत्ति घर आवे।
कष्ट मिटे तन का।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण गहूँ किसकी। स्वामी
शरण गहूँ किसकी।
तुम बिन और न दूजा।
तुम बिन और न दूजा।
आश करूं जिसकी।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
तुम पूरन परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी। स्वामी
तुम अंतर्यामी।
पर ब्रह्म परमेश्वर।
पर ब्रह्म परमेश्वर।
तुम सबके स्वामी।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता। स्वामी
तुम पालन करता।
मैं मूरख खल कामी।
मैं मूरख खलसामी।
पा करो भरता।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
तुम हो एक गोचर सबके प्राणपति।
स्वामी सबके प्राणपति।
किस विधि मिलूं दया में।
किस विधि मिलो दया में।
तुमको मैं कुमति।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम रक्षक मेरे।
स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे।
अपने हाथ उठाओ।
अपने
बढ़ाते रे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
विषय विकार मिटाओ, पाप हरो देवा।
स्वामी पाप हरो देवा।
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ,
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ।
संतन की सेवा।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
जय जगदीश हरे। स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे। भक्त जनों के संकट, दास जनों के संकट, क्षण में दूर करे। ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे।
ओम जय जगदीश हरे। मंगलम भगवान विष्णु, मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज, मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं, मंगलाय तनो हरि। मंगलम
भगवान विष्णु, मंगलम गरुड़ध्वज, मंगलम पुंडरीकाक्षं,
मंगलाय तनो हरि। मंगलाय तनो हरि। मंगलाय तनो हरि। Let us all put our hands together as we take these last few moments to reflect on how absolutely indispensable God is in our life. He is our mother, our father, our friend, our companion, our learning, our wealth. But even much more than that, He is our very own being. He is the substance from which we are carved, the substratum of our existence. To that reality that sustains me every moment of my life, I offer my salutations, my prostrations. I sing as the rishis sang in metered lines in praise of that reality. Tvameva Maataa cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhush cha Sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. बोलिए धरती माता की जय, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। नमः पार्वती पते हर हर महादेव।